What's up? And there we are. I had my 2020 review, and now let's get into the 2021 goals for me this year for all the pillars that I, let's say, track and that I try to optimize in my life. So let's not ramble around it for so long and just get into it. So I have them here. I will not show them to you because it's my personal note-taking app, but it's exactly the same pillars that I mentioned in the 2020 review. So the first one is relationships, and I don't have a lot of goals there. It's to be more aware. I hope that's the correct word. I want to, with Tresor One and everything going on, on social media. I also grew my Twitter channel a lot, etc. So I had my phone with me a lot when I was with my daughter, with my wife. And that's a problem. I want to be more there when I'm with them. So put the phone away, have my mind with them, and enjoying the moment. So this is a goal for me to, let's say, make simply be more focused on what I do. So if I'm here doing a video or work, then I'm focused on this and not do anything else. And if I'm with them, I'm doing that and not look at my phone or write a tweet or answer to some texts or support emails on Tresor One or whatever. So that is a goal for me this year. And that's pretty much the only one on relationships. I hope that COVID and the vaccine stuff, etc., hopefully gets resolved in the first half of the year, so I can meet my friends here in Hamburg and get to make new friends in Hamburg. But that is not a goal because I can't influence that a lot. And I think it will, happen on its own as soon as we are allowed to go outside more often and meet people. Next one, health. Something that I have put off in 2020 for way too long, and I need to do it. So it's literally don't eat so much shit. That means reducing sugar and all that kind of, just eating more healthy. I wanted to try the 16 to 9 fasting thing, so basically don't do breakfast. It's something where I think it's easier to not overeat, and I also feel just better, not as tired, and I wake up a lot more active. And I think fasting itself is a very healthy thing for the body that is not very well known or advertised, except I think in the recent months or maybe years it gotten bigger, but and then of course sports. So I want to do 4 times a week sport, and this is something, I'm coming just out of January where it's basically once or 0. So I have to get back into that, and the only sport that I can do during COVID and lockdown is I can go for a run or I can do bodyweight training at home. So these are the 2 things that I have to prioritize, and you are responsible for holding me accountable, okay? So if you see me on the videos getting bigger, more fat, whatever, you let me know, and you can blame me, That's you are now responsible. You are my personal trainer. Then let's get into finance. I mentioned in the past video that I don't have any bigger goals or strategic goals there, but I still want to hit some milestones. So one is I want to invest 50K. This is something that I can share. I do share my one of the portfolios that I'm investing in, and some of that should go in there. But in general, I want to invest 50K this year. It's a very big goal, very stretch goal. I don't if you would have asked me 3 years ago how much can you invest a year, would have said 2,000 euros. So I'm not sure how I should reach that. But I gotta find a way. The second one is a specific nest egg or wealth amount that I want, because I invest now since a few years and I save money on the side, and all of this counts towards the nest egg, the number Vermögen, wealth number, and I'm constantly upping the goal there, but it's there are no action points that I necessarily do to reach that. It's just when I think what would be nice to be able to have or achieve at the end of the year, I put a number on that, and I hope to reach that and maybe stew towards it a little bit. But it's not that I try to get a raise or sell something or whatever to be able to reach that. But the important part, I think, is one that that does create a lot of action points is having a savings ratio of 60%. 60. So what does that mean? 60% of my income should be saved or invested. That is a lot, and I have actually had that in 2019 and around 2020. But then a kid was born, wife went into parental leave, then all my finances changed, of course, and everything. So I had to spend a lot more money, of course, to support the family now, not only me. And now the goal is still for my income and with everything that I have to spend for not only me, but now my family, I can still save 60% of that. That means on the one side, I have to, take care of my expenses a lot and then have them in check. On the other hand, it means if I have my expenses in check, I can focus on earning more. I can focus on getting some sort of income through whatever means. I'm trying to, create multiple income streams. That's what I share on this channel as well. So I'm trying to, increase that to the point where all of the income combined, only 40% goes into my expenses and 60% goes back into these investments, these businesses, or simply a cash account. So that is a big one. I personally think 60% while supporting a family is absolutely huge and ambitious. Let's see if I can do that, but it's the goal for this year. Emotions, the one where I, try to create some memories and all that kind of stuff. So I want to go to 2 sailing trips, bigger trips, like a week or 2. One from here to Sweden, and the other one we will see. Maybe we can do it at a warmer place, but we'll see. And the other one is I wanted to have new firsts. So things you do for the first time, like skydiving, or my first tournament in squash, even though I haven't played for 2020 basically. Or maybe, learning how to ride a horse. I haven't done that either. So I've put those 3 in as new firsts, and I want to do 1 or 2 of them this year. Hopefully, with the COVID situation getting better, I can start doing that. Then, before we get into the job, let's get into personal development. There, it's the sailing license. That is what I want to do this year. And my regular reminder of the person that I aspire to be. Hardworking, successful in my field. I want to read a lot. I want to be physically fit and mentally fit. Have a good reputation. All that kind of stuff. This is like things that I put in, or I wrote down as a person that I aspire to be. Basically, like the principles for myself on how I go about life, kind of. And now let's get into job, the last pillar. So with all of this forced remote work and home office and all that, I noticed already that I really enjoy working from home. If I have a productive environment, I enjoy working from different places as well. And what I really enjoyed, what I tried in January was a workcation. That means you basically go in like somewhere where you normally would do vacation, but you rent out a space that is kind of productive. You have a office kind of, or at least a desk and all that, and you work from there. You have good internet, you work from there, and then instead of like going out into the city of Hamburg or wherever you live, you can go out on the beach or into the forest or skiing or whatever, wherever you are, wherever you go. So I call this workcation, and maybe you can also do this with friends, like with other people that are able to work remotely or that have their own business. I want to do this year like 3 times for 3 weeks or 4 weeks each. I have to check if that works out with Stripe. Even though I have a remote contract, I still have like clients and all that. So I need to see if that is compatible with that. And I need to see if the travel part is possible due to COVID. But this is what I would love to do, to be able to be productive at different places. And just, when work is done, I do something different than being in the city or staying at home and watch Netflix. I can maybe go out and snorkel or whatever, So this kind of freedom is something that I would love in my life, and a vacation is kind of a way to get there. Or at least to try it, to get more used to it, especially also with the kid and everything. Like, can you do this with a family? And I want to try this a bit. So one of them I already did in January, so 2 more to go for this year. And then we have 2 goals for Tresor One. Only 2 goals. There are, of course, many, many smaller goals that contribute to these 2 bigger goals. But this is basically where I set my eye on. One is the first employee. First employee means, a lot of goals are under that, right? To have my first employee, I need a specific revenue number per month. I need to have that sustainable. It needs to grow further because that employee needs stability also, It needs a lot of legal stuff around it. Like, I need to found a GmbH, like a new legal entity. It requires some changes so I can give equity share to the first employee. Like, all that kind of stuff requires a lot of things, and it's my goal for Tresor One, and it would put Tresor One also on a different level, because then the first person would basically put full-time work into it. So everything would run more smoothly and faster and more reliable. We can put more work and in the foundations and everything. So it's a big goal. Let's see. And the second one is then profitability. So even though we get to the first employee, I want the whole business then to be profitable. That means it creates enough revenue to cover all the costs, to cover the employee's salary and all of that, first employee. And from there on, I want to run it profitable. That means, and it's very hard, right? Especially in the beginning, like, you have to get to like 15,000 euros a month to get the first employee. And to get the second one, you have to double your revenue, right? And it takes a long time to get like the first 5 people in, if growth is linear. It's a huge mountain in front of me, I think, or in front of us. But we have a plan how to get there. We have a plan how to, minimize churn, have more people get into the plus version, have a secondary plan so people like are able to spend more if they want to, if they want the additional functionality out of it. We have the plans. We need to execute on them. Time is still the biggest resource that we don't have, of course. And we now have to grow slowly, but we have to grow ourselves into a financial cushion so we can buy someone's time, basically the first employee, right? We can spend money to get someone's time. That's basically from a first principles perspective how it should go to grow the business even further. So let's see. This is a very ambitious thing, first employee and profitable. Wish me luck. I will probably get into a Tresor One specific video on like all the things we are doing currently. But I'm excited about this year. It will be fantastic, and luckily I have the chance to learn from one of the best companies in the world, at least for me. And I think this will also be very beneficial to Tresor One, but also the other way around. The things that I learn with Tresor One will benefit my work at Stripe as well. So this is a very harmonious, I think is the English word, relationship there. The only friction point is time, and that's where Tresor One sadly has the short end. That's just the case. But it was the same last year, and I managed to to build Trezor One up a little bit. We have a small team that helps out here, and I expect this to continue this year. And as soon as we have that first employee, stuff changes for the better, time-wise. So let's make it happen. I'll keep you posted with everything along the way, and looking forward to your thoughts and comments. And you know the drill. Like, subscribe, all of that. See you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.